Hey, so we're at the Paradisus here in Hogan. We're just going to take a look around the resort here. It's a beautiful resort, lots of nice features. It's September, so it's not that crowded, which is nice. So let's take a look and see what this resort has to offer. Right, so we're just looking back at the entranceway here. So the buses pull up and drop you off. We'll just come back inside the main foyer. You can see it's a beautiful facility here. Nice marble. There's a few people hanging out. It's kind of low season here. Not a lot of people around, which is great. Here's the check-in on the left. There's a few a la carte restaurants up here as well. Patio restaurant. I think that was Mediterranean. I think we ate there last time we were here. It was pretty good. Just on the other side of the lobby, you can take a look there. You can see you've got the lobby bar, and just up over here we've got we've got a kind of a gift shop, etc. down there. Bought some rum there earlier in the week. Okay, so let's take a look over this way. We've got the entertainment area. So in the evenings, quite often they'll have a show on. You can see a stage up there, a piano, some chairs set up, some lighting up on top there. That's pretty good shows. I haven't seen any this week, but we've been staying up. It's been really hot in the evening, so just stay in the air conditioning. Okay, so now let's take a look over here again. And this is where the buffet is. So it's about 8:45, so breakfast buffet should be going on now. Let's take a look and see what we got for the buffet. Now this is a low season, so you're going to see not a lot of people here. They probably got a reduced. I guess we got a bread section there made up like an oven. That's kind of cool. Various juices here. Some fresh fruit. Notice they got some good cold plates there. All the frost on it to keep everything nice and cool and fresh. Got some scrambled eggs, some meatballs, some pastry, some French fries, vegetables. We got some cold meats here, some cheese. There's some more stuff here. Lots of stuff here. And you can see not a lot of people sitting here. So, yeah, definitely not a lot of people here this week. Looks like there's more more staff working than there are guests in the restaurant right now. We're staying up at the Royal section there, and there's a reasonable number of people there. I think there was like maybe 30 guests altogether. I think the max is like 100 and something. So it doesn't seem quite as lonely. Okay, so let's keep looking. So we're walking down through the main corridor here of the lobby, and we can pretty well take this main pathway all the way to where the pool section is, and then ultimately where the beach is. And one thing I'll notice in the Royal section, I haven't eaten in this section this week, but I do recall a year ago when we did have a buffet and a couple of meals here. The food here is pretty good. I mean, by Cuba standards, it's certainly well above average. And I would say in the Royal section, Let's see if this guy's going to run me down. Nope, good. The food there's been quite a bit better than I remember last year. So I know that people are complaining about the food and such in Cuba. Certainly the more kind of higher end resorts, this one in particular is a little higher end. I'd say the food, and not just like the shortage issue. I haven't really noticed that at all, but the quality of the cooking. They seem to have more spices, more flavor, more variety. The food we've been having so far has been really good. Okay, so here we're just walking through where the main sort of blocks are. And on either side of these, on the sort of left and right side of me, there's a smaller kind of bungalow rooms that come in a bit of a premium. Let's take a kind of a look down there. You can see it's a little forested there. But these rooms here look really nice. This is definitely the low season for them, though. It's not that many people here. The temperature's been pretty warm during the day, kind of, I don't say like low 30s, but quite humid. But I'll say one thing that I really appreciate is the lack of mosquitoes and flies and all that. I don't think I've seen any flies and mosquitoes, anything. I think my wife got a mosquito bite or something, but I haven't even seen them. Okay, so now we're getting closer to the pool area. And up here we have like an activity center. They've got ping pong. I think they might have some volleyball courts and other stuff, but it's like way too hot to be playing that stuff this week. And they've got a clubhouse here. And I believe that you can get, let's take a look and see what they got in this clubhouse here.
Hello, sir.
Hola. Hey, can you guys snorkel gear and such?
Snorkel?
Yeah, can you? Yeah, do you guys rent that out or?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, they got badminton rackets here. Yeah, so you can bring your own snorkel equipment, or it looks like they'll lend it out to you, which is nice to save in the luggage space. Oh yeah, and speaking of volleyball courts, I got a volleyball court in the backyard there, just a bit back. And the staff, of course, here in Cuba, it's super friendly, and this place is no exception. Really, all the resorts here, the staff, they all speak multiple languages like English and French for sure. Italian, Russian, I think are pretty common to be able to speak as well. Let's see what else. Okay, so here we're at the main pool area. And this is one of my favorite spots of this resort. You can see, I'll just zoom in a bit. You can see that's the ocean there. So you've got this sort of pool, and then right in the backdrop is the ocean, which is really cool. And I think it's like 9 o'clock, so there's nobody here. There's no one reserving chairs. There's really no point. There's way more chairs. Oh, we can see down there we've got the swim up bar. I think the staff is pretty lonely this week in general. And up here we've got, I believe this is where they have, well, for sure this is a lunch spot, but this is probably often what they do in the low season. They'll just have, the buffet for breakfast will be up top, and then the buffet for lunch will be down below here, which is closer to the pool. Hola. You can see they've got a serving counter back there. So I've been here before for food, so you can get snacks there. And here's a bar here. Some demo cocktails laid out. Let's take a look and see what the rum selection is up here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. sitting up here. Look at the view out here. This is fantastic. Got the pool in the background, the ocean. Yeah, it's quite nice. So this pool's got multiple levels to it. There's a kind of small one here, a larger one here. And they do get a bit of music going later on in the day, but usually that doesn't start up till like maybe 11 in the morning or so. I'm not sure what time, but it's pretty quiet right now. And you can see they've got some palapas set up in the background there for a bit of shade. Although overall, I would say that there's not a lot of shade in general here. There's some, certainly if if this was a busy period of time, you'd want to grab your spot in the shade if that's what you're looking for. Okay, so we can swing back a different direction back through the forested section where the cabanas are now. All right, so we'll walk back to the main lobby. We'll take a little different route this time. You see the pool up to our right there. Here we're going to kind of walk through a little bit of the forest here, get out of the sun. And here you can see some of these other accommodations I was talking about. They're kind of low-rise. And at the front door you can see out to the ocean there. Just off in the distance you can see through the trees. I haven't been inside these units, so I can't say what they're like, but I'm sure they're a bit of an upgrade to the regular blocks. I think they do come at a bit of a price premium. You can see how green the trees are here. The grass is looking a little burned. I don't think they've had a lot of rain. We've had a couple of kind of sprinkles in the afternoon, a couple of millimeters at most. I wouldn't even call it rain really, but it does tend to kind of cloud over at night and or as the afternoon wears on. But actually today, the sky's staying quite clear in the afternoon. So I'd say there's unlikely we're going to get any rain today, but you never know. So you can see on both sides there's these smaller kind of cabana style accommodations, a little more private, kind of quieter, and pretty close to the ocean there as well. A little bit of an ocean view. Now down there is kind of cliffs and coral, so there's really no way to get to the beach. This resort does have a lot of sort of, I guess you'd call it waterfront, but it's just off to the side there is where the beach is. So a lot of the resort going towards the water is going to kind of bring it to kind of the coral cliffs, which it's pretty to look at, but it's not really a beach. You don't really have beach access. Let's take a walk down to the end here, and I'll show you what I mean. There's a little gazebo set up here. Hopefully it's not too windy out there. Yeah, so you can get an idea of, you kind of see the cliffs down there. And I think last time I was here, they had a bit of a boardwalk. You can kind of see the pillars there, but looks like it's kind of fallen down. And there in the distance, you can see the main beach. Just along there, that would be the beach access for the beach access just off to your left there. Let's continue our way back here. There is one walk that kind of goes along the beach, but it's a bit windy now, so it's kind of, I've got an external mic, but I don't really have a proper windsock for it, so it's not very good at keeping the wind down, so I think I'll stick to the kind of quieter or less windy section here. I don't know how many of these rooms are actually occupied now, but it's hard to imagine there's more than like 40 or 50 guests here. And judging by the number of buildings they have, they could have in the hundreds of guests here, I would say, without a problem. Don't know how many, so I'll take a look on the website and I'll put a comment in the video clip how many rooms they have and guests and all that. Like we got one room here, maybe it's being cleaned. Yeah, there's a cleaner in there. Or sometimes not all the rooms are actually functional. Some will be, have issues with them and they'll just kind of close them down. It's pretty rare they actually would have all the rooms occupied. Seems to be find in Cuba there's a lot more rooms and there are people pretty well any time of year you come, whether it's the low season or the high season, which I guess is great for the tourists. Like, it's better to not have the resort too crowded when you're here. Now, one of the downsides, if it's too few people, you're not going to get the restaurant options. They may only have one restaurant open per night kind of deal. Usually the buffet would be open though. The buffet is usually a pretty good choice, especially if you go you kind of go to the cook stations and they'll cook it up for you. All right, so here's the garden villas section, which is kind of roped off and private. You can take this road down, that'll take you to the spa, the gym, and also the rail section. And this road here is going to take us back to the main lobby area. You see there's lots of trees, even though it's a pretty bright day, it's nicely shaded here. The air conditioners work well, so that's important when it's like 33 degrees. Humidity is pretty high this week as well. But no bugs, which is nice. No mosquitoes, no sandflies. I haven't had any issues with bugs. Certainly some areas of Cuba can be pretty bad in the evenings with mosquitoes and such, but for whatever reason there seems to be no issue with this place. There is a kind of a small lagoon not far from here. It's kind of where the beach is, but I have a feeling that can be a bit of a breeding area for mosquitoes. But okay, let's see if I can remember my way back here. I think this will get us back to the main lobby area. Yeah, here's some of the restaurants I was mentioning, some of the a la carte restaurants I was mentioning earlier. Just off to the side of the main lobby. There's a Japanese steakhouse. Yeah, there's a couple of a la carte restaurants here. I think this is maybe an Italian restaurant here. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, here we are back at the main lobby area. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. As we're taking the golf cart up from the main section up to the rail service. It's up a bit of a hill, so gotta save my energy for all the snorkeling I'm gonna do later on today. Also, it's very hot. It's a pretty quick ride. Yeah, so no issue if you want to get a ride back and forth. Usually a couple of minutes wait for the driver to come and get you. Depending on the time of day. Now the resort's not that crowded this week, so that's probably makes it a bit easier to get a ride as well. Now one thing that's pretty cool up here, there's some cactuses on the other side here. See if we can get a picture of that. I'm kind of surprised to see cactuses here. I don't know if they're indigenous to Cuba. It's really not the right climate for it, but there you can see them there. The beautiful view of the ocean. Yes, there's the main restaurant. We're just going by. This is the kind of more of a work area where they drop off food and such, I guess. And we're just about, there's the main circle coming up. We'll just loop around that. And we're here, pretty easy.